Cavecast, the uncensored show for nerds of all kinds.
Excuse me, it's interesting because for a while I had it mistaken. I thought that the summoning was the first song where I'm like, well, that makes sense. The deity is being summoned, but it is interesting that the summoning follows Chokehold.
Correct.
Because this is, honestly, this might actually be some of my favorite lyrics that he's ever written, just in general, which is ironic because of how we started listening to them, but it's the sound, it's everything, just like that whole, how he starts it off. I've got a river running right into you. I've got a blood trail red in the blue. It's just, it's there's something about that where it's like, okay, river, what does this mean? Like, I've got a river. Like, is this emotion? Is this faith? Is this, you know, like, is it just the fact of like, we're connected?
Sure.
You know, I think that looking at this is that it makes me wonder that if we're following Chokehold, if we're going to be following the cycle that's been happening with every album, is that there's this moment of clarity that he has always in the first song of like, oh my God, this is terrible, or unless if it's Sundowning where it's like maybe a little more positive until it turns. But the second song is usually always whenever it's like, I am enthralled.
Yeah.
I am stuck. It's like, and I don't mind that I'm back here again, but I'm still in pain. It's like, it's interesting that the summoning is that it's like, no, it's that whole idea of like, nope, come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's him even saying like, you know, almost like I look at it almost like a covenant when he says, you've got my body, flesh and bone, the sky above, the earth below. And it's this one is definitely, I would say, more of a vibe. It has kind of more of the ambient metal kind of thing. So because when you have the raise me up again, take me past the edge, I want to see other side, want to see the other side, see the other side. That's drawn out. Raise me, like up, you know. Yep. So there's very interesting creative choices here with this. So for this is that I look at it that, I mean, who knows? This could be Sleep. This could be Vessel. Who knows? I am sticking with it. I think that this is Vessel until I have a reason to think otherwise. But it's just him just being like, it's like, just give me that good feeling again. Mm-hmm. Just give me anything to be able to feel good in this moment of being here. Because especially when he gets into the screaming, that's where you realize like, oh God, this is getting intense. You know, so his emotions are being displayed through that. And I don't know. I mean, like, how does this song hit you? And is this one that you listen to that often?
It is. And
it's hit and miss for me depending on the day if I'm going to listen to it.
Sure.
So.
I think that there's some of these lyrics are maybe one of the reasons why. I guess it's something about like an affair or somebody was married or whatever that. I would be lying if I told you that I didn't wish I could be your man, or maybe make a good girl bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to me, there's ways where you could take that in the fact of maybe this is some fetish stuff, or the fact of making a good girl bad. Like, she's not supposed to be with me because she's with somebody else.
Which could be the prey that she's preyed upon. Right. Yeah.
So there was, I go back and forth, but again, with how this is done, it's very genius for me that the lyrics are the same at the beginning, but done in a different style and then added at the stuff at the end. But it gives a different approach. Mm-hmm. So when you're hearing the beginning of the I've got a river running right into you, that sounds very dark and like almost like maybe somebody was hurt or like, I don't know how I'd like to explain it, but then when you get down here, now it's sexy. Now it's like the river running right into you. Oh, okay.
There is a river running into you.
So, you know, but it's just the fact of, you know, he's almost being extremely, I almost want to say sexually vulgar with some words, but like still in code.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I said, it's the same thing at the beginning. You don't really take it that way at the beginning as far as those lyrics, but it's that vibe that he switches in.
See, once we get into Oh and My Love, which this is where I will say that in our reaction to this, that was kind of the moment that I think I started to pay attention.
Correct.
And I was like, oh, wait, who is he singing to? What's going on?
Yes.
And what I love about this is that, especially when we look back at Chokehold as well too, and there's been different echoes of this here and there, things that you can interpret, is that this is the first time that he has said, "Did I mistake you for a sign from God?" And God is capitalized.
Yeah.
So it's like the idea that he is saying, like, no, that there's something bigger than you, and I'm aware of it. And it's like, I think that this is what brought us together. This is how this all happened. And it's almost kind of like even in Chokehold where he's like, when we were made, it's like, no, like we didn't create ourselves. God made us. You know, it's the idea of like, no, like even though he made us, we're imperfect. Like it's like we suck together, as we said, like, you know, in tune.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, are you really here to cut me off or maybe just to turn me on? And dude, and it fits that vibe you're talking about. It's like that is probably one of the grooviest things I think he's written, besides maybe like Jericho. Jericho, like from their early stuff and everything, where it's like it drops into this thing where you're just like, my body was not ready for this. You know that?
Right.
You know, but it's seductive. It's interesting that he's the one that's initiating this time.
Yeah.
It's, maybe this is the idea of like, there's a part of me that wonders that it's like, what if it's he now has that weapon, and he's kind of like, he's like, let me let you get attached to me, you know, that type of thing, you know, who knows,
you know, and I think that there's always that like cat and mouse thing that goes back and forth with relationships like that, and scenarios that sometimes you do get the upper hand. The problem is that the upper hand for you goes away very quickly. It always does.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, because things get twisted around for the narcissist to be all woe is me and I'm the victim.
Yeah.
So your upper hand, even when you got a fucking full house or, you know, whatever, like it doesn't matter. Somehow you still lose. It's like, right. So no.
It's like when I play clean, I lose. When I play dirty, I lose.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.